Appeals always writes, Spicer better have a good excuse. If
Told
she
you.
asks for it. I'm like,
You're in trial.
really?
Hello. Deputy Laura, I see that there is a long line downstairs. Good morning. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you're here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. And there will be a trial today, so someone's going to trial. Deputy Laura, the court reporter asked me, she said, are we doing trial? I'm like, this is the 187th. Of course we're doing trial. All right, Anthony Perkins, custody. Tamika Studemeyer. Thank you. I'm going to get your name right one time, I promise. Amy Oliveras. Thank you. Mario Vargas. That's supposed to be by Zoom, I think. Clinton Camacho. Clinton Camacho. Abel Favala, custody. Nicholas Ramirez, Alexander Rodriguez, Nathan Martinez, Richard Casanova, Byron Agee, custody. John Jacob Galvan, John Jacob Galvan. Omaro Sanchez, Janet Silva, Rakeem Asmore, custody. Jenna Davila, Jenna Elizabeth Davila, Sable Cassiano, Ayana Hubbard, Leslie Ayala, custody. Christy Brown, Christy Leslie Brown, Joseph Kruger, custody. Mark Ivy is in federal custody. We'll see what's happening with that. Philip Harris, Philip Kendall Harris, Joe Jimenez, custody. Juan Manuel Clara Rascon, Tamar McIntyre. Why is that on the docket? Well, was he brought over? All right, thank you. Marco Marino Vasquez, Edgar Aguilar, custody. Sarah Gutierrez, Samantha Ann Malik, or Malik. Nathan Martinez, custody. Darren Johnson, hi. Thank you. Good morning. Jose Amador, custody. Larry Smith, custody. Zayden Ali, Zayden O. Ali. Brenda Sanchez Carpenter. Miguel Aguilera.
Yeah, she's in the hospital. If I could approach her without.
All right, yes. Jesse Vega, custody. Jeremiah Miller. Thank you. Kevin Wright, custody. Raul Juarez, Anthony Davis, custody. Alfredo Garza, Timothy Johnson, Daryl Payne, custody. Is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? Yes, what's your name?
Your Honor, John Galvan.
John Galvan. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Yes?
Your Honor, Eloy Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, who?
Eloy Gonzalez.
Eloy Gonzalez. All right, just give us a moment and we'll call you up, all right? All right, attorneys, you all know the rules. Please follow the rules. You're not ready to approach the court if you have not conferred with your client and conferred with the state. And yes, if your client is in custody and need to be brought out, once you requested your client from custody, do not leave the courtroom. Excuse me, what's your name? Are you on the docket?
I'm here to, watch it try it.
Oh, okay. All right, just have a seat. All right, please confirm.
Not in the first row, ma'am. Not in the first row.
All right, Deputy Laura, the Wellness Center, they're having the 12 days of fitness. So you can win HEB gift cards and the challenge begins today. Oh, we need to enter that. Excuse me, sir, what's your name? You're in the maroon sweatshirt.
Name? The first row, sir. Is it for you? What's it for? Is it for you?
Oh, no, it's supposed to be looking at it.
Oh. Yeah. No, no. Yeah.
Probably, the University of January. Nobody on that. It's kind of a weird thing, it's something. Yeah, I just. Great, like that time. I saw it was separate. This is nebulous. I have the Bible. Alright. Okay, it's so here's 727 283. You have a card now? Where's it? Sure. How much? Oh, let's try 77282. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, who's not a part?
No, Miguel.
Okay, awesome.
It was towards the end of the docket. Go to case number. Miguel, I know how to get. Yes.
Restitution. Judge said. Is he rejecting the condition?
All right, Miguel Aguilar.
Good morning.
Aguilera, yes.
Yes, Judge, Mr. Aguilera's been in the hospital since November 20th, 2024. Last time we were here, he just had surgery on his leg to remove a bone.
Mhm.
There was appears to have been some complications, and he's been there since the 20th.
All right. All right, is there any idea of release or no?
There isn't, Judge.
Okay.
He was in a wheelchair last time, and he's had some
Okay.
continuing medical conditions.
All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall it for January 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
Is that a good date for you? I know it's holiday season time.
I think I get back on the 10th, Judge, so.
Okay, no worries.
All right, you'll see him on January 13th.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Norma, recall Miguel Aguilar for January 13th. Yes. Hello.
Judge, I've got a guy that's got an MTR. And I want to know what your procedure is. If I could get I don't know if you want him in custody before we set bond. If you want to set bond today, I can bring him tomorrow.
Okay, I can't set bond today without him being present.
If I bring him tomorrow, the state has agreed to usually take agreements or not. I'm trying to figure out, make sure he's got money to get the bond, to get somebody.
I mean, I usually do unless it's something that
Yeah,
I
okay.
deem is not
Okay, I'm gonna
acceptable,
bring him in tomorrow. We're gonna
not
take,
just.
I'm gonna take him to walk through, take him downstairs. I'll come up and see if he'll set a bond. Does that work?
Yes, that will work.
Actually, it's gonna be Wednesday. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. It's gonna be Wednesday.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
all right, sure, no problem.
And I got moved.
Oh, that was Cindy.
Cindy moved to cover.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm not protecting anyone. I'm just, this is not Dragnet. The names will not be changed to protect the innocent. I'm just telling. But Mom and I, over the Thanksgiving holidays, we discovered a new show that is so great. Matlock with Kathy Bates.
I've been telling you that.
I know.
It is so good.
It is so good. We did what do you call it when you watch everything? We did a binge watch. And you know what else we watched? High Potential.
That's a good one too.
And you know what I'm waiting for? Season 2 of Poker Face. Oh, I love Poker Face. What page is Aguilera on?
Page 10.
All right, thank you.
Amy Olivares. What's her name? Amy Olivares. Olivares? Yes.
You're welcome. All right, Amy Oliveris. Yes. Oh,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning. All right, so what are we here for in this case?
Yes, Judge, it's step for probation status. She has already done her 2-year deferred adjudication term. Last time she was extended for a period of 6 months to ensure that she was receiving mental health services, the
Yes.
Center for Healthcare. She has in fact reinitiated with the center, Judge. She is seeing Dr. Gonzalez and they have prescribed medications. I have sent this over to the probation office.
Okay.
There's
Any of, who is the prosecutor on this?
I conferred briefly with Ms. Galloway, but either way, it's her receiving mental health services for the center.
It's a violation of protective order?
Yes.
Sir, you need to have a seat.
I got it, so.
Thank you.
Yes, Judge, and she does have the appointment card with Dr. Gonzalez. She last saw him October 8th. She has a next appointment scheduled in December. They're gonna text message her the date for the East Houston Clinic, Judge.
Okay.
She also did parenting class, and also anger management along with some other classes.
Yes, and due to the protective order with my mom,
Yes.
we talk every day and she's sick with arthritis and diabetes too, and she needs my help. So I don't know when will this case, the protective order get like off? I
Right.
wanted to ask, I don't know.
We'll speak with
All
that.
right, so this is where we are in this case. Where we are is this was extended. And the reason why it was extended is because I wanted to make sure that the mental health issues were addressed. Because if they were not addressed, we're going to be right back here for a new case or something
Yes,
else.
ma'am.
Yes.
I know that what I did put into the conditions of probation, that there was to be no in-person
Oh,
contact.
no,
but you
I'm
could-
not, yeah.
No, I understand.
I'm so
I
sorry.
understand that you have not had in-person contact. I'm just stating what I had ordered so that everyone can come up to speed. So we're all on the same page
Yes,
of where I'm coming from. So you were placed on deferred adjudication for 2 years. No in-person contact with your mom, but you could contact her, you could FaceTime her on the phone. And we were trying to get your mental health issues in place
Yes, ma'am.
and get those taken care of. So your attorney has informed me that you are on your medications, that you have a doctor, everything is in order. So state, my only reason for extending her was to make sure that that was in order because the last time I spoke with probation, she had basically done everything. And this entire case is really about mental health issues, not necessarily about her just, violating orders.
Right.
So, one, do y'all want to terminate her?
Your Honor, we are open to early termination, which should expire in February. The only issue would be the pending fees, if you would waive those fees, so we can.
Yes. All right, thank you. So this is what I will need. What I'm going to do is I will early term you, but it's not going to take effect until December 6th. State if you'll reach out to the complainant and see if the complainant has any objections. If y'all can reach out to her today to see if she has any objections. And if you'll let her know, according to her attorney and the documentation I've received, she's on her medications. I hope she has a case manager to make.
Yes, I do
She
have a
does, Your
case
Honor.
manager.
All right. The key is always having your case manager, okay? And don't fall off the radar. If you feel as though your medications are giving side effects, you need to speak to your case manager, okay?
Yes.
So state, if you're able to get in contact with the complainant today, then I'll early term her today.
Yes, Your Honor.
If they're not, just approach when you do that, but no later than December 6th, and she will be terminated. So for now, don't see your mom in person
Yes, ma'am.
until your attorney tells you it's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. And if you need anything, this court is always here, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All
Thank
right, you're welcome. Thank you. Renee. Here. You're welcome. DeAnthony Bernard Perkins. Hi. So what is happening with this case? What are you requesting?
I filed a motion just to reinstate bond. My client had a misdemeanor court setting that he missed.
All right, just one second. Could I have the motion, please? Sir, you need to remove the hat if you're coming in here. Do you have a copy of your motion?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks. Sometimes they don't make it to the file. E-filing, that needs to be
I did.
figured out. Oh, I know. No, you e-file it. I don't know why. Sometimes the e-filing, it's lost somewhere in the system. And did you speak with the bondsman?
No, it's AA Best.
Do you want to call them and see? Because I can't reinstate the bond unless they're in agreement with reinstating the bond. If
Yeah, I
they
can
have
do
no
that, Judge. I've got
objections.
their number here.
All right, so if you'll call them, if they have no objections to reinstating the bond, that's one hurdle, and then I'll hear from both parties.
Okay,
All right,
can we step away for a minute?
yes, yes. All right, Eduardo Ramon? Yes, where is he?
He's in custody. This is a agreed motion to set bond. It's the one I sent to Norma last week, but Judge Nahara was not able to sign it.
All right, so you'll have to have him sign it because I would have to have a hearing on this and he'd have to be present.
Okay,
So I think Judge Nahara may be down there.
okay.
All right.
All right, I'll take it down.
Welcome.
Thank you, Judge. I get my motion.
Deputy Lori, so cute. And Norma, if you can have a jury called up at 11.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like. Domestic. I don't know that train.
This was filed over first or second. And that's the court case. But there would, nothing ever been done on. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Today is number 4, okay? The 4th time that I called this guy could not show us. That was why, yes. The other on a computer, it was all in October, but then all the computer said has just been filed. Nothing ever answered. Okay, that way, I'm not gonna post the judge, because I don't know exactly what's going on.
Hello, just give me one moment.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, Judge. I just wanted to give you a little update on this gentleman here. This is the 4th time that I had to call the office because he's not here in the courtroom. We have to call the co-signer and the defendant. Defendant doesn't answer. Co-signer says he's on his way to court. So at this time, we did file
Okay.
back in October, and I don't know what the court wants to do with this guy because he just,
Oh, no, we're gonna take care of this today.
thank you, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, can you have Kurt Hopke come, please? And tell him he needs to be here before 10.
Thank you.
All right, if
Y'all
you'll
have a
come.
blessed day.
All right, thank you. Clinton Camacho. Clinton Camacho. Jenna Davila. Christy Brown. You need to be on the front row. Philip Kendall Harris. Zayden Ali. Did you make the announcement for Zayden O Ali in the hallway, please?
Aiden O. Ali.
Yes, thank you. Can I see the file on Zayden Ali, please? Thank you. All right, could I see a prosecutor, please? Court is calling 2024 CR 3355 State versus Zayden Ali. Could I have the state announced for the record?
Andrew Harris Sadelman.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m.
We're on the record.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 9:42 a.m. Defense counsel has not made an appearance. Neither has Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali was not here at 9 on August 12, 2024. The court admonished him for being tardy. And again, the defendant was not on time on October 8, 2024. And the court acknowledged him for being tardy and admonished him. Deputy, did you make an announcement for Zayden Ali in the hallway?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And was there any response?
Negative response.
All right, state.
I'm not comfortable making a request outside the presence of defense counsel.
All right. Excuse me, could I have Jason Gareham, please?
Sorry.
All right. So Mr. Zayden Ali is not present. This hearing is at 9 a.m. Mr. Hopke, his defense attorney, is not present. He knows the court is at 9 a.m. Ms. Ferguson, did Mr. Hopke call to let you know he was running late or send any email or text messages? All right, this is district court. I don't know why people think this is not district court. So what is your request?
Judge, we're requesting either a bond forfeiture or a judge's warrant.
All right, thank you. The court will issue a judge's warrant. The defendant will be remanded without bond. And the court will also sign the affidavit to surrender surety. All right. Can I see the parties on Stuttermere? Yes. Have you seen the motion that has been filed by defense counsel? They're asking for a continuance.
Okay, Judge.
And where's Mr. Basil?
I'm not seeing this. Judge, sorry. On that one, I mean, I get, for my understanding is this looks like Mr. Basil has some type of medical condition.
Yes.
So we wouldn't be opposed.
All right. And so I didn't know if you all had any witnesses to the,
I just checked and I don't believe we have any witnesses on that one.
okay. All right. So
Let me just confirm.
I'm still waiting for your email.
Yeah, that's correct, Judge. We
Okay.
shouldn't have anybody, witnesses wise here on that one.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Ah, it just came through. So find out from him when he's going to be available. All right, Larry Smith. You set for trial today?
We are set for trial today, Judge.
All right, Deputy Laura. He needs to be sent back and brought back dressed.
Well, Judge, I
Yes,
can address a couple of things.
sure.
I've been conferring with the state. There is a cell phone in custody of the jail that we believe has exculpatory information on it. We have an agreement for the state to grab that phone, and we've got the code to unlock it. I think maybe the detective from, I believe it's SAPD, needs to get in touch with me so we could have contact to get consent to look at that phone, to grab that phone and extract the information on it. I believe the state is in agreement to, they want to see what's on that phone.
So how long will it take to get custody of the phone?
I would have to reach out to the detective, make sure that he's not on vacation. If I get access, get hold of him today, and assuming he's working today, it shouldn't take more than maybe 2 weeks, maybe to get the data and extract it, and then giving it to defense. I'm not sure how long defense would need to review it. I would imagine depending on how big the data comes back.
There's one specific text message.
Oh,
that
so all y'all need is a text message from the phone?
I believe text message or messenger,
I have
that type of information.
I have no idea what's on the phone.
Yeah.
If it's a message, sure.
All right, what's supposedly on the phone?
I think there's conversations between the defendant and his former wife or wife. They could be exculpatory when it comes to this
All
particular
right, is this
allegation.
an iPhone or Android?
iPhone?
Does it have the charger to it?
No,
Is it still charged or no?
No, it's not.
It's
It's
got-
in custody, so it's definitely dead.
So can't the sheriffs just have that brought over?
I don't care how they do it.
And
We
then
just want-
you all can charge it? And then both you two can look at the message in the phone?
I don't care how we do it, Judge.
Well, we can look at the messages, but wouldn't we need like the metadata to tell us exactly the time, the date, and all the information? of the phone. I mean, I can do that, but. I just wanna make sure.
iPhone sets that automatically, the timing.
I mean, I understand about the metadata and how it works and everything, but isn't there a timestamp on the phone?
Well, it would be, yeah, I mean, if that's admissible, I guess, sure.
I mean, either it's gonna show what it shows for you or either it's not.
And in the end, Judge, I think if we get this information at our next trial setting, we'll be ready to go.
Oh, no, we're gonna take care of this today. Just give me a moment. Just give me one moment, please.
Yes.
Romero Sanchez this morning. Ashley and I are trying to work it out. She needs to make a call to the complainant about a counteroffer that we proposed. We might be able to work this out. I've got a couple more courts that I need to
Sure.
check in with, and then I got to do my mental health tackle. I'll be back.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I just
All right,
wanted to
thank
let you
you.
know I wasn't just abandoning. ship.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Gotcha. Mr. Sanchez, I forgot you guys are getting ready to bring up a panel. Is there a way that we could recall him
We'll wait for you.
maybe Wednesday?
We'll wait for you.
Judge, I'm gonna be late. You know this.
Okay.
I mean, the mental health docket, I have no idea when it's even going to end.
We'll wait for you.
Thank you, Judge. I
No
appreciate it.
problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
Probation. On Studemeyer. Do you have any? On Studemeyer? Studemeyer?
Yes, Judge.
Yes. Do you have any updates on the restitution?
So I just got in contact with the officer. I'm trying to see if anything was ever provided to them as far as an amount.
Okay,
But as of right now, I don't see anything scanned in there.
okay. All right, thank you.
I'll
All
let you know.
right, thank you. Brenda Sanchez Carpenter.
Your Honor, today's a plea deadline.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we're rejecting the plea.
All right. How long, State, how long do you expect this jury trial to last?
Your Honor, it's a special prosecutor. I don't see her here.
Who is the prosecutor? It's online impersonation.
It should be the one I said.
All right, thank you.
Sorry about that.
So if you just give us a moment,
Yes,
they'll
Your Honor.
come down, and as soon as they come down, we'll take it up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sarah Gutierrez.
Mayor President John. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
So we're here today for jury trial.
Yes, there is a resolution that's been reached in this case, Your Honor. However, it requires Ms. Gutierrez taking a plea on a misdemeanor in County Court 13.
All right, that
Which
needs
is
to be done
currently-
today.
I will try to get that taken care of today. It's scheduled right now on Friday.
Needs to be done today. We're here for jury trial today.
I'll see about reaching out to the 13 and see what I can do.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jenna Davila.
I'm present on that case too, Your Honor.
All right, where is Jenna Davila?
So she contacted our office this morning, Your Honor, and if it's possible to get a recess, she said that she's not able to come in. There were some medical issues that came up and she had to go into her doctor. She is, I don't know the nature of the emergency, but she was having to do treatment for cancer.
Okay, just give me one moment. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Hello. Counsel, do you have any?
Documentation. She told us this morning, we asked her to provide that documentation as soon as she can. I could try to get that to the court as soon as possible, but that's the status of her at this point in time.
All right, Mr. Garahan,
Yes, Judge.
on this case, you know, he says his client is at the hospital with issues pertaining to cancer treatment.
Okay.
But he doesn't have any documentation.
I mean, state's position would be asking for a bond forfeiture or a judge's warrant. And if information comes forward, obviously we would defer to the court.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, if there's no objections, because it's driving while intoxicated with a child under 15, I will give her till 1:30 to get that documentation to you. I think that's fair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll provide that to the court as soon as possible.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Brian Perkins. All right, D'Anthony Bernard Perkins. Thank you. All right, so before we go on the record, and Jason, this is a motion to reinstate bond.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, first thing, the bondsman.
I reached them. They'll only do it if he can pay 2,500 as soon as he gets out, if he can't do it.
Okay, so then,
We would just ask if the court would set a bond at somewhere around the original bond. It was 30.
all right, and have you conferred with the state?
I have with the state.
Make it go. Let me just. No agreement, Your Honor. I think at this point, they confer, but no agreement.
All right, we'll go on the record. The court is calling CM 119254 State versus D'Anthony Perkins. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Albert Chidas for Mr. Perkins.
And are you Mr. Perkins?
Ma'am.
All right, we're here. Defense, you filed a motion to reinstate bond. The court, of course, informed you that the court could not reinstate the bond unless the bondsman wanted to be placed back on the bond. And can you tell the court for the record what the bondsman is willing to do? Are they willing to have the bond reinstated?
They are willing to go back on the bond, Judge, but only on the condition that my client make a payment of $2,500. I've told my client cannot make that kind of payment, today or the next day.
Mhm.
So we would have to go with a different bond company and just start over again. So we would ask the court to consider not reinstating the original bond, but setting a bond at the same rate as the court had set the bond originally, which was $30,000.
All right, so according to your motion, and of course, this is public record, Mr. Perkins, so even though he put it in his motion, the court would have known and the state would have known. A motion, a violation report was entered for your failure to appear at a county court at law number 7. And as we know, county court at law number 7, those are alleged to be assault cases. Is that correct or not?
That is correct, Judge.
All right. So you're asking that his bond be set at $30,000?
That was the original, and we would ask for that. If the court's generous, we would take less.
State?
State's not opposed to a $30,000 bond, yeah.
All right, state, you may be excused. All right, Mr. Perkins, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. So why did you not appear in county court at law number 7?
I wasn't able to go, so I had called the court the day before to tell them I wasn't going to make it, trying to reschedule it. And they gave me my lawyer number, and I called him, and he didn't answer.
Well, I actually did talk to him, Judge, and I told him that there's no way that I can reset his case. So that do whatever we can to get down here, but he wasn't able to make it.
All right, so back to my question, why didn't you make it?
I didn't have a ride,
Why didn't you take the via bus?
have the funds.
All right. But it says in the motion that he wants to resume his employment. When's the last time you were employed?
Before I got arrested.
For the County Court 7 violation?
Before that,
All right, give me a year.
last year,
All right. And do you live by yourself or you live with someone else?
my girlfriend.
All right, and is the girlfriend the same one from County Court at 7 case?
No, ma'am.
Different one, Judge.
All right. Do you have any children?
2.
What are their ages?
1, and I got to be born on the way.
All right. Have there been any drug history or drug use in your past?
No.
Any mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been on any type of medication?
Adderall,
All right, and what are you taking Adderall for?
my ADHD,
And do you have a support system? And who's your support system?
my girlfriend.
All right, I'll set the bond at 30,000. I'll do regular UAs. Waive fees. And who is the complainant in the County Court 7 case?
It's actually been dismissed, but it's a Demory Price,
How do you spell the first name?
Domory.
Said D.
B.
D. Demory.
Demory Price.
All right, let's spell that again.
DEMORY.
D.
EMORY.
All right, there should be no contact with Demery Price. And we'll get ahead of the game. I'm gonna order parenting classes, but I'm gonna waive the fees. All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we can go off the record. What will end up happening is because this case has not been indicted, you won't have a court date with us until you're indicted or your attorney asks for a court date. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Make sure that you stay in contact with your bondsman.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Yes. All right, thank you. All right, Edgar Aguilar. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Thank you for asking. How are you?
Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
We are set for jury trial today. He wants a jury trial and he's not dressed for
Oh,
trial.
we'll bring him over. dressed.
Okay.
All right, Deputy Laura, if you could take him back and have him dressed. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Do we come back at 1:30 or just come right?
We'll just come back by 11:30. We'll see where we are on the state of his clothing.
11:30. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, who has the online impersonation? Where's that attorney? If you have him come in. All right, thank you. Would you call him, please, and let him know that the prosecutor is here? Thank you. Larry Smith. All right, so, so y'all know on this case, they're gonna get the phone here. And if somebody has a iPhone charger to charge it, y'all can look at it and see what's on it.
What kind of iPhone is it? What kind of charging port?
It's a 14,
Oh, so it's
USB-C
or the new one.
the new one.
Oh, I don't have.
All right, I would have done my part. You all gonna need to find a charger.
The 14.
I'm an Android.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
That's
See,
the
we have one. Court reporter is doing triple and quadruple duty.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so they will have it here.
You need
Then
to
y'all can-
report a raise or anything?
No, I can't do that. But speaking of court reporters, there's a shortage. So they wanted to let everyone know. And I think they put it, San Antonio Express News. They say the salary is $10,000 a month. That does not, thank you, Laura. That doesn't include the transcripts. So if anyone knows someone who's looking for a second career, third career, or just graduating out of high school, I think graduating out of high school and you end up being a court reporter, I think that's a good occupation.
Begin.
And I want to say, I think they have free introductory courses at St. Philip's College, so students can come in and see if they like it. The equipment is very expensive. I think the equipment is over $10,000, but there's such a desperate need for court reporters. I'm sure they will actually loan you a machine to practice on. And then you can always come to the 187th and practice.
Sounds good, Judge.
Who knows? I'll retire and come back as a court reporter. And then I can complain to you, Cindy, and say, they want their records.
Why is she laughing, Judge?
Yeah, I know.
Laughing.
You know, I tell everybody in Paris, oh, sir, you can have a seat. We're gonna wait for your phone. In Paris, at least when I went to court, no court reporters. Everything is recorded. How we walk in the courtroom.
Okay.
And all of the deputies look like they stepped out of a GQ magazine.
So technically, you're doing Napoleonic law.
And I would tell you, it's something about a man in a beret. I don't know. But I will tell you, all of them look as though they stepped off a GQ runway. So I don't know who's designing their uniforms, but
Pretty awesome.
maybe it's Chanel,
Never know.
but it looks great. But they have revamped the Notre Dame. I need to go see it.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. It's
It's-
opening back up.
From the photos, it looks as though it's lighter inside. It used to be very dark. So I hope they haven't changed anything and it's exactly the way it was, where you go in and you can
Rewired
barely see.
everything.
Yeah. So we should see.
T21, whatever it takes.
Cool.
With your permission, I'm gonna run to a different court. And I'll
Yes.
check back with Deputy Laura, who'll have the phone in an hour.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's gonna be in an hour, but they said they would get it here.
I'll check back.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks. Jennifer Arzola. Hi.
Hi, how are you this
All
morning?
right, how's it going?
Good, good. This is just a quick request. This is set for Thursday. We'll resolve it on Thursday, but I was hoping to come on Wednesday
Sure.
instead. Is that okay?
All right, you'll be able to contact your client?
She's in custody.
Okay.
So hopefully y'all will contact. one
Okay,
client
sure.
for me.
Norma, can you call Jennifer Arzola for Wednesday?
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Judge.
Have a good
I
one.
appreciate it. May I be excused?
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
You know that Armenia also teaches a course.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize she is doing it.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, we have students who will come in sometime and they come in to just practice while you all do your thing and they talk to you. I think it's so awesome. Who knows where my career would have taken me if I would have decided to become a court reporter.
I was a hairdresser first, so
Oh my gosh.
yeah, for 13 years.
All right, Norma, that's not if you haven't brought up on Wednesday. Zayden Ali.
Right here.
Hi.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I brought my water. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Judge, I've just received the affidavit of surety's surrender on this case.
Mhm.
It's false. The
You
reason,
know, I will tell you, I issued a judge's warrant and remanded him without bond
okay,
because he wasn't here on time. Court
I-
starts at 9.
Judge, I'm sorry. I was in county court number 4. As I told Norma, I told him I was going to be there first. We were going to meet. When I went to county court 4, we just missed each other. I came up here. He's like, where are you? I was like, I'm in court. He ran up. I was in the bathroom. We came in together.
No, he's supposed to be here at 9. Why wasn't he here? That's the question.
Because I told him to meet me in CC4.
All right, well, that shouldn't have been done
Well,
because,
then, Judge, if you don't take him into custody, take me. I'm the one that told him.
oh no, he knows he's supposed to be here at 9.
But don't talk.
Yeah. This is not the first time he's been late to this court. It's chronic where
Okay.
he's late.
Okay, Judge, we're set for trial.
Yes,
Defense is ready.
all right. Jury will be brought up.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
have a seat.
Well, she just. Anthony did make that. Yes. For good reason.
Yes,
You said remanded without bond?
yes.
Can we have a bond?
As soon as y'all file a motion, I'll hear it.
All right, I'll type something up.
Judge, this is just a pre-indictment. The intake attorney asked me to.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Judge.
Hi, oh, come forward. And are you with Sanchez? Sanchez?
Yes.
Judge, I'm Brenda Carpenter.
Oh, Carpenter, okay. Sanchez Carpenter.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Brenda Sanchez Carpenter, if you come up. All right, so defense counsel said that they're rejecting the offer. They're requesting a trial.
Yes,
How long do you expect the trial to last?
2 days.
All right, Norma, I need this on the docket.
Usually there's gonna be, I anticipate 3 to 4 days. There's some forensics, computer experts. I think it'll take a little longer than that.
All right, Norma, if you can set this, it's going to be a 3-day trial. If you can set it for this month, please.
But we have something in January.
No, this case has been on the docket since August. All right, December 9th.
Your Honor, I have a motion to suppress that day. That's a full day motion to suppress.
All right. Well, we don't select jury till the 10th.
Okay, so it's just a call docket.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and if you all can make sure you do an acknowledgement of discovery for me, please.
I've submitted one. I'm not sure if they've signed one.
Also, Your Honor, I believe the lead counsel, Freddie Ruiz, is gonna be filing a motion today requesting the court appoint a forensics person to go through the forensics of computer. It all derives from alleged computer things mailed or sent.
All right, so this is going to trial on December 9th is call docket and December 10th is jury trial. So I'll need you back here on December 9th. And if y'all do an acknowledgement of discovery, please.
If we could check the court's file, because I believe last setting I did, but would you mind to look in there and see?
This is what they're doing for the court's files now.
Oh, is it?
Just a
Okay.
sheet of paper.
If they're not.
I can check.
Right. I do have notation in October that all discovery was received though, so. Oh, you can have a seat. They're gonna give you a reset form, and once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for
Thank
court.
you, ma'am.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Can I have excuse? you?
Yes, thank you.
See you.
All right, Tamika Stuttermeyer. All right, and probation, any update on the restitution? All right, so your attorney is not here today. He has some medical issues. So we're gonna recall you back. Norma, put this down for December 16th. So we're gonna recall you back for December 16th for the restitution hearing.
Okay.
All right.
May I this?
Pardon?
Oh, sure. Part of my probation. And I'll be testing for my state exam on Wednesday. For my
Oh,
insurance.
congratulations.
Thank you. I was studying while you was processing today.
Awesome. Well, you're doing great. Good job.
Thank you.
All righty.
I'll wait for my paperwork.
Yes, once it gives you the reset form, you'll be excused.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome.
It's set for next week. Yeah, I can wish. Okay.
What page is Stoudemire on? All right, thank you. Romero Sanchez. All right, oh, just have a seat. His attorney's not here. Darren Johnson. Oh,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. All right, we're scheduled for jury trial. All right, see you all back here at 11:30.
Okay.
Thank you. Jose Amador. Yes, could I see someone from the state? And it's a combination of family violence, I think. All right, defense attorney has the flu. I don't think we want him here with his flu. So, Norma, let's recall this for December 16th. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And Deputy Laura, if you'll let him know that his attorney is ill. Thank you. Thank you. Nifa, who do you have?
Yes, I have an NPR, Your Honor.
What's your client's name?
Mr. Anthony Davis.
All right, Anthony Davis. Anthony Lee Davis. Court is calling 2022 CR 1227 State versus Anthony Lee Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Nipa Gallegos Carrillo for Mr. David.
Are you Mr. Davis? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Anthony Lee Davis who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 1227 for the offense of evading arrest, detention, using a vehicle on June 28, 2022 for a term of 7 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violate condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Anthony Lee Davis did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, July, and August 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 7 years in the prison and $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and is to deny the motion, alter and amend for a return to state ISF and GPS with RMS upon release from state ISF. That's a lot of initials, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, why should I follow this agreement? He hasn't reported.
I know, Your Honor. I think it's not an excuse, but he's homeless, and he has no telephone, and it's not an excuse, but he still knows that he still knows he has an obligation to report. And just the fact that he just doesn't have the ability to report in.
All right, this is his third motion to revoke.
I understand, Your Honor.
His previous motion to revoke was a violation of condition number 4, not reporting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then he had another violation of 14U.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think there's anything that the court can do to help him. I don't think he's a good candidate for probation.
Your Honor, and probation has not given up on him. And I asked the court not to give up on him either. Probation still believes that if they return him to ISF, that can still help him. Otherwise, everybody, the state also believes, and I asked the court to not to give up on it either.
I mean, he's been to ISF before. He's been to ISF cognitive. I did GPS partial. So he's had everything.
Can I have a chance to speak?
Sure. You want to raise your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Anthony Davis.
All right, what would you like to say?
So that address that's on file, that was my friend's address that I was supposed to be probated to, but when I got out, I couldn't stay there. So I was homeless from day one and I relapsed on day one. Day one, I relapsed and I had nowhere to go, but now I do because.
Well, no. Let's backtrack a little bit. You were placed on probation June 28, 2022. And a lot of cases were taken in consideration. You were placed on probation for 7 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And there were some no contact of certain persons that was ordered by me. The court did a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted there, you were to be placed in lifetime recovery. And you were to remain in custody till transferred to lifetime recovery. You're to report by Zoom. I had the UA hotline. And then there was a motion to revoke filed on May 25th, 2023. I did another referral to felony drug court. Then on June 8, 2023, you were in Comal County. I think you were in the Comal County jail or somewhere. I'm sorry, defense counsel was in Comal County. So then we recalled it for June 12th. And it was set for a contested hearing. And then we had June 13th, and it was recalled for August 3rd for contested, and then you ended up entering a plea of true to violation of condition number 4, which is not reporting. And I know I told you, you need to report.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I did, I denied the motion, alternate conditions to GPS, full until further notice, the MIC evaluation, and a pre-screening for mental health court. Then this case was recalled for January 30th, 2024. And then on January 31st, it was recalled and you entered a plea of true to violation of 14U. The state waived the other violations. I denied and altered and amended the conditions to include ISF cognitive and GPS partial. And now we're back here for a violation of condition number 4. So you know to report, you just don't report. And I don't think probation is a good fit for you.
Can I just, one more thing?
Sure.
Right now, it's like I'm having a whole turning point. I'm working, I was doing my job and I got my mom behind me now. And she's telling me, she'll tell y'all that I can stay there now. And she wants me to come home and my family wants me to come home. I want to do the right thing. I promise you, I want to do the right thing. There's nothing more. The worst thing in the world is doing time when you have kids. And I understand that now, like I do. I really want to.
No, I order parenting classes, so you should have understand that previously.
Yeah, Your Honor, if I may. Now, he has not completely not shown up, all right? He has shown up or he has reported. And the only one they're mentioning right now is the last 3 months, but he has reported prior and he has put an effort. And I asked the court again to not give up on it. Just give him another opportunity to go back to what probation believes would help him.
Last chance, you know.
And I asked the court to please do so.
All right. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke you. The court will sentence you to $1,000 fine, give time and money to run concurrent. Does anyone wish to speak to the 7 years? Because that's what he agreed to.
And Your Honor, if you are going to sentence him, then I ask that you reform the sentence and give him less than that.
All right. State.
I stay to defer to the court, Your Honor.
All right. The court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and I'll give you credit for any successful ISF completion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. If he would like, I can have him placed in the therapeutic community since he states there's a drug or alcohol issue that's going on with him.
Yes.
All right, so with regard to the therapeutic community, I cannot force them to accept you into the program because I have no jurisdiction over the prison sentence system. But what I can tell you is that if you don't ask for it, they're not going to give it. If you do ask for it, they may give it. It doesn't increase the length of time that you're in custody, but it could potentially help you with whatever issues you may be going through. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself.
You're welcome. Julian Rodriguez.
Matter Judge?
Yes,
May I approach?
yes.
I recently got notice of the court date that's currently set on for the court. I wanted to see if it could be moved up a couple of days to the December 10th docket. I myself will be unavailable on the date that it's currently set, Judge.
All right, and your client is in custody?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, we'll recall it for the 10th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, any update on Jenna Davila? All right, Omero Sanchez. All right, I'm sorry, we're still waiting for your attorney. Leslie Ayala.
Apparently she has a new charge, Your Honor. The state needs to review that also.
And what is the new charge?
Evading in a vehicle, Your Honor.
All right, so what is the status on the informal inquiry for the competency on her?
I wasn't aware that it was even existent.
Yeah, I have that as a competency evaluation was granted. Let me see. Have you seen a doctor?
No, I had a competency interview.
Okay.
With, I guess she was a doctor,
Yes.
and, it was through the online,
Okay,
Well,
and when was that done?
Bear County.
No, when? Like what day?
A month ago.
A month ago.
They normally have 30 days to submit the report. I'll go check with Judge Carruthers in the pre-indictment court.
All right, if you can check with that, and then what we'll do, council, we can bring this back on the 16th. It's a Monday.
30? 60.
Okay,
You're-
all right.
You're in charge.
All right, thank you. We'll bring you back on December 16th. And council, if you discover that that is not ready by that date, of course, we can't move forward if the competency isn't.
I will confirm that.
All right, thank you. You had a question?
Yes, ma'am. How can I get a bond? They said I'm being remanded without bond.
Once the motion is filed, I'll hear that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
As long as you-
They'll put your follow up and I'll call you. Once
Okay.
So if you have a motion or something, just give it to them and then I'll call you.
Judge, can I run to the restroom?
Sure. Just saw y'all on. Thank you. Who are the parties on Raul Juarez? All right, so as soon as the court reporter comes back, we'll take that up. She's just taking a short break.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
And I
welcome.
have prepared a brief sentencing memorandum. It might be at the end. of your
All
packet.
right. State Family Bond, do you have any objection to the court reviewing the defendant's sentencing memorandum? All right.
Thank you.
Brief, if I could just briefly tell the judge which ones.
Thank you.
Very brief, Judge.
Yes.
Ms. Silva is found incompetent. We were here before, we were transferring her to the mental health court, but she's now been, when they reviewed her application, you put me on the spot on Zoom to have to admit, while she's standing here of the incompetent. So I gave you a very awkward answer,
Yes.
but that's her situation. So I think they're working on trying to help her. So,
Yes. So is this on the docket today?
yes, I think it was.
All right, if you'll hand me the file. This is it. All right, and has she been brought over or no? Silva, Janet Silva.
Not sure yet, but she's here in the primary.
Ah. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. So is she's
Yeah,
not,
she's downstairs.
okay, they're gonna bring her up and I'll give you,
Her present was.
well, what I've discovered in my time on the planet is that when people are suffering from mental health issues, they don't like to just be here because they don't understand what's going on. So it's best for defense attorneys for me to come and explain to them what's going on, so they won't think we just woke them up for no reason.
Great. I just felt that when I was asked the question, as I shared, that it was a very awkward response with her sitting here because I'm on her side.
No problem. All right, as soon as they bring her up, we'll take them. All right, on Raul Juarez, do you have any witnesses, counsel?
No, just Mr. Waters, Your Honor.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 008249, State of Texas versus Raul Juarez Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alexandria Bogus for the state.
Christian Vega for the defense.
And are you Mr. Juarez?
Yes, I am, Judge.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty on October 2024. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state opposes your application for community supervision. There is an affirmative finding of family violence and no contact with the complainant. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections? State?
No objection.
Defense?
Just the statements from the complainant. I don't believe she's coming today.
All right, is the complainant present?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And then have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, state you're opposed,
Yes, Your Honor.
and why are you opposed?
Your Honor, we're opposed because he has already been on probation for other offenses. He has exhibited the same behaviors over and over again. He's had multiple chances to turn his behavior around and has not done so. He was also on probation at the time of the offense. And reviewing the PSI officer states that he does not take responsibility for his actions at this time, and he is not motivated for treatment.
May I respond, Judge?
Yes.
Regarding the lack of accountability and taking responsibility, I discussed that briefly in the memorandum. His recollection of that night is virtually non-existent. It's been pieced together from bits and pieces he remembers before the drinking, evidence review, discussions with me over several months. He's already taken kind of like an upfront jail sanction. He's been in custody on this case for 230 days at this point. And I do believe that a lot of that confusion in the taking responsibility is because he can't give a perfect recitation of the facts. He can clear up some of the discrepancies, but a lot of that he's not able to say whether how exactly the striking happened to cause this offense, Judge.
All right, so here's the court's question. The court has read your memorandum. The state had no objections to the court reviewing that. So was he passed out to the point of intoxication? And was there medical intervention due to the intoxication? Does anyone know?
Yes, so he progressively got more intoxicated as he's sitting there with the officers, but it did quickly reach that point in his blood where he was passed out, woke up in the hospital. There was intervention at the hospital.
All right. So defense, do you have any witnesses?
Just Mr. Waters.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Raul V. Juarez Jr., Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
Mr. Waters, you wanted to take responsibility for what happened on March 25th, correct?
That is correct, sir.
And you understand that while you don't remember everything, you are admitting and accepting that you did harm with the others.
Yes, I do.
And you want this judge to give you probation, not because you just want another chance, but because you've never been helped. You've never gotten a serious treatment for your alcoholism. Isn't that right?
That is correct. I've never had any type of a treatment related to alcohol.
You had a serious crash, which is part of a DWI years ago. Do you remember what year that was?
That was in 2001.
And that was a serious accident, wasn't it?
Yes, I should have lost my life during that accident.
And you should have lost your life this night.
That is correct. My heart rate was to the point where the doctors didn't think I was gonna make it when I woke up at the hospital.
And you understand that voluntary intoxication doesn't excuse all of your actions, right?
That is correct.
That you still committed them, correct?
Yes, correct.
But you would like to become a productive member of society, right?
Correct.
You'd like to continue to work.
Correct. Correct.
You'd like to continue to see your family.
Correct.
You'd like to see your granddaughter grow up.
Definitely grew up, yes.
But you realize that you're a different person when you drink.
That is correct.
You were doing, you had complied with your probation that you're currently still on, up to the point of the offense state.
That is correct. I did complete a BIP class. I reported to every assignment I was reported to. I did the UAs. I did everything that the court was requesting.
Who is the complainant in cause number 2021 CR 8180?
It's the same complainant, Judge.
Right, so let's get to the crux of the issue. The last time we were here on the 2021 CR 8180 case, I had ordered no contact with Carmen Gutierrez. And that motion, there was a motion to a probation violation, and it was withdrawn. The state stated they could not prove the new number one. And the defendant said that the complainant continued to contact him. And now I've read in the stipulations, and in the stipulations, or either in the report, it states that the defendant is stating that when he was released from custody, the complainant had moved all of his things to her home. So that's someone different.
That's someone different. That's
okay.
Jessica, his more recent girlfriend.
Okay.
She had moved things to his home, but the relationship with the complainant in this case was a toxic one, where even after the no contact order and the case that he was on probation on, they ended up, reuniting and having contact on the date in question.
So state, I'm trying to get to the crux of things. The court ordered him to have no contact with her. He decided to have contact with her. Whether she wanted to have contact with him or not, or whether she was coming by his house or not, he decided to have contact with her. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And he went to her place?
No, sir. No, ma'am. It was my place.
All right, so it's your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on the lease and she's not on the lease?
I'm on the lease, not she. She was living in San Angelo, Texas at the time of the offense, ma'am.
And so she's not on the lease?
She's not on my lease.
State? Any information in regards to that?
I have just a few minutes.
Sure. And the new number one in that motion to revoke, was that this case?
No, that was a violation of protective order that they were going to file, but they could not prove it, so they did not file it.
Okay.
And it was a separate, I believe it was digital communications that they were going to go after. And then they didn't file the one for this, a separate case based on just them being present, because they realized that she had wanted to be with him, and that out of fairness, they would proceed on the assault rather than the violation of protective order when it was consensual contact, even though he had his conditions.
Okay. All right, off the record for a moment. Who is here on Silva? All right, if you'll come forward, please. If you all could step to the side a moment. date in February for Silva, and it'll just be a date to see where we are.
Great.
All right, February 27th. Thank you.
Could I have that sheet back or I'll get
Yes.
one for the file?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, we all come back. Sorry about that. They didn't tell us from the jail.
We don't have any information as to whether she was on the lease or not at that time.
Okay. All right, we're back on the record. Any other questions for your client?
You're sorry.
Yes.
And you want to prove to your family, to her, even though you're never gonna have contact with her again, and the support that you're gonna become a better man, right?
That is correct. I'm done with alcohol. I gave my life, ever since March, I've drawn close to God. And I just surrendered with a white flag. I gave my life to him and to take those things away from me permanently. I realized it's harming not only myself to the point where it's actually killing me, but also hurting my family. And I do want to live long enough. At 55 years old, I don't have that much time left. But I'd like to spend the rest of my what I do have watching my granddaughter, my only grandchild, grow up. And that's my wish, and also to retire in Corpus Christi, Texas. Somewhere down the line, I'd like to move my probation toward New Essex County, Corpus Christi, Texas, to be with my daughters and my new grandchild.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, any further questions?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Juarez, have you been on probation before?
Yes, I have.
How many times have you been on probation?
Twice.
And were they successful?
Yes. The first one, yes.
And the second one?
The second one is this one. This is the second one.
So on the date in question, you said that she came to your house. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And she was inside your house.
Yes.
Why did you allow her inside your house?
I was outside washing my vehicle. The front door was open, and she took the opportunity to go inside the house.
So
That
she
front-
just ran inside the house.
She didn't run, she just walked in.
Did you call the police?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
She wanted to talk. So I gave her the opportunity.
But you knew that there was a no contact order
That is correct, ma'am.
and you still spoke to her.
Yes, to provide peace.
So you did not follow the conditions that the court imposed on you,
Neither did she.
but you did not
No.
follow. What do you mean by that? Neither did she.
Well, she was the one that placed that protective order against me, and we both had an agreement that no contact, according to Your Honor, the judge, Ms. Stephanie Boyd, and I agreed to my end. I remember Ms. Boyd, you asked me, do I have any possession that she owns? I said, no, there's nothing that she has that is of mine. So there was no need for me to even go near her. But I don't like making enemies. I
Okay,
just
sure.
want to remain friends.
Mr. Juarez,
Yes.
that was a yes or no.
Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Okay. So you said she placed a protective order on you. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. But you knew that you were not to have contact with her
yes,
and you still spoke to her
yes.
and you did not call the police when she came to your house.
No. My phone was inside the house at the time.
And would you agree that the first step is to accept responsibility for your actions?
Everything that happened on that day
Mr.
is
Rodriguez,
is my responsibility. It's my house and it's my, I take fault for everything that happened.
But did you tell that to the probation officer?
Yes. That it was my fault.
And would it surprise you that in the PSI, the PSI investigator stated that you were not taking responsibility for your actions?
I told, there were some parts that I don't remember, but I take full responsibility.
So you admit that you punched her?
The complainant says that I punched her, then if I was going in out of consciousness, then it must have been true. I'm not saying that I did or didn't, I don't remember. But I'm going with what she says. But I take full responsibility, my actions that night.
We pass away, Mr. Ryan.
No further questions, Judge.
All right. So this is what the court wants to know. These are the questions that need to be answered for me in order for me to make a decision on whether or not I'm going to grant his probation or whether or not I'm going to sentence him and what I will sentence him to. I want to know if the complainant went over to his home. That's what I want to know. So if the complainant wants to come in and testify, if the complainant wants to testify by Zoom, the complainant can testify by Zoom. We can go off the record. So here's the court's problem. I ordered no contact order, and I understand the circle of violence. I think everybody understands the circle of violence. But if you have the complainant going to his home and he's at his house minding his business, that's what he's telling me his story is. And the complainant comes to his house and he's extremely intoxicated. Obviously, he's extremely intoxicated because they had to take him to the hospital. In the defense memorandum, I see the photos where he's passed out. So I understand that. I'm taking that in consideration. I understand that intoxication is not a defense, but I'm looking at all factors. So what I want to know is, did she come to his house? Did they decide to violate the court's rules, at least you, where I said you were not to have contact with her? Now, if I said you're not to have contact with her, which I did,
yes, you did,
and you let her move into your home, then that's neither here nor there. But if I have a complainant who's showing up to his house unannounced, even though the court has orders in place for him to have no contact, then that's something for me to consider.
Your Honor, in the police report, she says that they are living together, and when they took down her address, it was the same address as the defendant.
Okay. So does anyone want to see if the complainant wants to appear by Zoom?
As long as the defense has no objections, we can reach out.
Is it the old address?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Judge, I think those might be two different addresses.
Yes.
Well, no. Here's my question. This is my only question. Any objection to the complainant appearing by Zoom?
Oh, I do, Judge. I would like to cross-examine her in person.
All right. So what I can tell y'all, either complainant will be here or not be here. If the complainant is not here, then I'm going to go on what I have.
Can we have a 5-minute recess to reach out to the complainant to see if she's willing to come in and testify? And then if she is, we can reset the case so we can
Yes.
have the testimony. If not, if she tells us no, then we can move forward today.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Who's okay? For what? Okay. All right. I'll be there in a moment. All right. Is Brian Maldonado Arita on the docket today? It's Arita. Mhm. I don't think that's on the docket. All right, thank you. All right, Zayden Ali.
Judge, that'll be a plea.
All right. See the files on. Oh, they're not on the docket today, just one second. All right, can I see the file on Mario Vargas? All right, Mario Vargas. Mr. Vargas, you need to show your video. All right, so this is a restitution hearing. It says that the amount is $7,710. And the court does not automatically order restitution when I receive a supplemental report requesting it. I set it for a hearing to see if there are any objections.
We object.
Okay, all right, so this is the final date for this restitution hearing. Before we go on the record, State, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, Frank Villarreal.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 1737, State of Texas versus Mario Alberto Vargas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris, Edelman.
Defense?
Jeff Block for Mr. Vargas.
And Mr. Vargas is by Zoom. Neither party objected to Mr. Vargas appearing by Zoom. We're here for a restitution hearing. And both parties are ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and what is the restitution amount that is being requested, State?
$7,000, Your Honor.
All right, so they say the restitution amount being requested is $7,000. State, call your first witness.
Frank Villarreal.
Frank Villarreal. Frank Villarreal.
Javier.
Oh, it's Javier?
My mistake.
Right.
Your Honor, this witness is hearing impaired.
All right.
Always with that, sir. Okay, no way.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Javier Villarreal.
All right, state.
Mr. Villarreal, where do you live? Where do you live? What's your address?
6718 Timber Hill.
And on October 27th, 2022, was that address damaged?
Yes.
What happened?
What happened? How was the address damaged?
Well, the whole wall of the house was taken off. I mean, they had to restructure it, everything.
All right, next question.
Now, did you receive a payments from an insurance company
Yes, I did.
compensating you for this damage?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Did that insurance payment compensate you for the total amount of all of your loss?
What was that?
Did that payment compensate you for the total amount of all of your loss?
Not everything.
Okay, what did it not cover?
But I couldn't repair the brick. I mean, I still have a water line that needs to be fixed. I mean, it's just capped off right now.
Any other damages that have not been repaired?
Huh?
Any other damages that have not been repaired?
But it's mainly those two things that,
And what is the cost of repairing those two things in material and labor?
Well, that's why I brought my cousin, because he's the one that was gonna fix it.
What did your cousin tell you it would cost?
I'm not sure.
Okay, what's your cousin's name?
Albert Variantes.
Albert Barrientos.
He ran.
Okay, thank you. We'll have an additional witness, Your Honor.
Questions?
Mr. Villarreal, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. So there was damage caused to your property on October 27th, 2022, right? My client's insurance company got in touch with you very shortly after that, right?
Yes.
They sent an adjuster out to your home. He looked at all of the damages,
Yes.
right? You came to an agreement with them, correct?
Yeah.
When they, I think it was in December of 2022, they wrote you 2 checks. Isn't that right?
Yes.
They wrote you a check for $17,289.65,
Yes.
right? Those were specifically for repairs for your home.
Well, actually, 15,000 was. The other was because my sister had to pay to cover the whole thing the day of the accident.
Okay.
And then we had to pay to stop the water from.
Okay. They wrote you one check for $17,289.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where that was included in that one.
Okay. They also wrote you a second check at that same time for
Yeah.
$2,380.
That was from what I lost. The stuff that I lost inside.
Right. They came in, looked at all your property, looked at the damage. And when you accepted that money, you signed documents with them, right?
Yes.
I mean, you didn't just take it, go deposit it, and that was it.
Yeah.
You signed an agreement with the insurance company.
Well, my dad did it. My dad's the one that signed everything.
Your dad signed it. Okay. Does your dad own the home?
It's in his name, yes.
Okay, so you are not the homeowner.
I'm not the owner, but
Is
he
your-
doesn't live there.
Okay, is your dad's name Frank?
Yes.
Okay, is that why on the insurance documents and in the reports we have, Frank Villarreal is the name listed
Yes.
as the complainant
Yes.
and the homeowner? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the checks went to Frank and were made to Frank Villarreal, Francisco Villarreal as the homeowner, right?
Yes.
Okay, who I guess is the, and he still owns the property.
Yes.
All right. And Frank agreed with them. That was the settlement amount to settle the claim. Right.
But the thing is,
Okay, yes or no? Frank,
Yes.
your dad
yes, we did.
agreed with them. Yes, this is an amount that will settle this. And 2 years later, you contact the DA's office, the district attorney's office, and say, wait, no, I want $7,000 more dollars. That's what's happened. I got all that right.
Yes.
Okay. And pass the witness, Judge.
Any further questions?
Javier. Does your father currently have a medical condition?
Huh?
Does your father currently have a medical condition?
He has signs of dementia right now. So he's forgetting a lot of things.
Thank you.
That's why I handle everything from.
Thank you. Nothing further for Mr. Villarreal. I don't have any more questions for you.
All right, so here's my question. What was the amount that was given to the insurance company stating this is the amount of the repairs? That's one of my questions. 2, did somebody call a contractor or a subcontractor and say, this is what it's going to cost to fix this? Because my issues are that we're coming up on 2 years later. That's what defense counsel is saying. If it's incorrect, let me know. But we're coming up 2 years after the fact and saying, oh, wait a minute, there's some water issue. So that's my concern. So here are my questions. Does anyone have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So when the home was damaged, did the person, do you have homeowner's insurance?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you don't have homeowner's insurance. Did you call anyone, any contractor to come out and look at the house?
No.
So how did you know the amount of damage? Did you just go through the defendant's insurance company?
Yes, we just went through his insurance company.
All right. So when the insurance company comes out, did they inspect the home and look at the home?
Yes,
All right. Did you ever tell them that there was a problem with the water line?
I didn't hear you.
Did you ever tell them there was a problem with the water line?
Yes, he saw it. He saw everything.
All right. So here's the court's question for the attorneys. Does anyone have any documentation from the insurance company that shows what the repairs were for? Because usually they would say, this is the amount we're giving you to put up a wall. This is the amount we're giving you for electrical. This is the amount we're giving you for flooring or whatever it is. There should be an itemized list from the insurance company. And if it was mentioned that there was some issues with the water line, that should be a line item in the insurance company's claim. They don't just say, here's a check for $7,000, $17,000. Good luck to you. So does anybody have that information or no?
I do not, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, the letter I have from the insurance company is a settlement letter written to my client's wife. I can read it to you. I can hand you a copy of it. There's
Any
some,
objection to the court reviewing?
I'd like to see it,
All right.
if that's okay. And it seems to be a copy of something that I already have, so. No, no objection, Your Honor.
so there's some itemization on there, Judge. It's not incredibly detailed.
But from my review, Your Honor, as far as I can tell, it doesn't answer your question.
No, it does not. We can go off the record. All right. So honestly, the fact that you're not the complainant, I was having issues with that. But he's stating that his father has dementia. And at the end of the day, financially, his father, whoever owns that property, should be made whole. So what needs to be discovered is from the insurance company, they put debris removal, temporary repairs to make residents habitable, and repairs to the residents, and then musical equipment replacement. So what I need to see from the insurance company, unless they just give out checks these days, which usually they don't, there should be something in there about water line. And what I can tell you, just his cousin doing a repair, is his cousin licensed and bonded? With regards to the water line, is your cousin licensed and bonded, or is this just?
My brother-in-law is the one that's gonna fix the water line.
All right, is there,
And he is licensed.
he's licensed and bonded?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead then and I'll take that witness's testimony if that's the person who's here. I'm not saying yet that I'm gonna order the restitution amount for $7,000, but we can go ahead and take his testimony. And then if you all can get me more information from the insurance company, because I need to know whether or not they were ever told about this water line. If they were never told about this water line, then I have issues with this restitution.
Judge, you should have issue with the proof that's been offered that there's any issue with any water line.
And here's the thing, I'm taking the testimony now, so we won't have to redo this testimony. Everyone knows what I want. What I want is something from the insurance company, not just a summary, to see exactly what they paid for. All right? So, is the brother-in-law here?
Barrientos?
So the brother-in-law is not here. I need the person who is licensed and bonded, who is actually going to be doing the repair work.
Mr. Barrientos, I take it that's not you?
No, I did the part of the.
Okay, then we don't have Albert Barrientos to call as a witness right now.
And counsel, I know that I said this would be the last time for this restitution hearing, but justice calls for me to get this information so that we won't have to rehash this again. So if you all can get for me, not a summary of what the insurance company said they were doing, but the line items, they should have that. That's what insurance companies do. And I want to know whether or not they ever gave money to repair a water line. And if they did not, I want to know why all of a sudden 2 years later, we're talking about a water line. And counsel, if you could, if both parties could also see if a water line was ever brought up to the insurance company.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Not from the state.
All right, so Mr. Locke, when would you like this recalled? Because I know you all have information to obtain. And I know it's the holiday season and insurance companies are all over the country due to bad weather.
If we could do 2 weeks, Judge. Hopefully that would give us enough time.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for December 19th? All right, we'll recall it for December 19th.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, and they'll give you a reset form.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Counsel.
Thanks, Judge.
And Mr. Locke, I'm assuming you have no objections to his being here because his father has dementia?
Does he, do we know if he has power of attorney or, you know?
I
anything?
don't know. You want to speak to the state about that?
Yeah, I will, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Vargas, we're going to bring you back on December 19th and you can appear by video.
All right, thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too. Deputy Moore, what page is Vargas on?
The first page.
All right, thank you. Jeremiah Miller. All right, on this case today, states you were to tender an offer.
Yes, we provided all the discovery that we have and we have tendered an offer.
Okay.
We are going to be interviewing one of the witnesses in the next couple of days, but I think all the information we have has been provided to defense.
All right, sir, how old are you?
44, man.
All right. All right, this is going to come back for a plea deadline date on December 19th.
Judge,
Yes.
I apologize, but I'm gonna be on vacation.
When do you go on vacation?
I go on vacation, the end of this week, and then I'm gone until the first week of January. And because of that, everybody has set me in the second and third week. I'm really packed, and I would hope that if you would allow me to come back on the 21st, I will be able to be here and not late because of.
Well, not December 21st.
I mean, January. Thank you. My mind is.
All right, your plea deadline date and jury trial date is going to be January 21st.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. And what page is Miller on? Thank you. Okay. And if y'all can do an acknowledgement of discovery before you leave. Zayden Ali. Court is calling 2024 CR 3355, State of Texas versus Zayden Ali. I have parties announced for the record for the state.
Jason, get ahead, Your Honor.
Defense.
Kurt Hockney for defense.
And are you Mr. Ali?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes,
Mr. Ali, did you review the application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
So,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Ali, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Absolutely, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. All right, excuse me, off the record. Yes. If you can just move down to the other end with your client.
We're finished, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Sorry for the interruption. I apologize.
No problem. All right, according to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I'm sorry?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State Exhibit number 1 with all its attachments.
No objection, Judge.
State, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
The client has a good job. He has a job starting today at 5 p.m. He works for a scaffolding business in construction and has appeared at every court date and done everything he can to comply with the court and with my requirements of him as well.
All right, do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Possibly have Delta 8.
All right, so here's the thing. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to do that. You understand?
I've explained that to him, Judge. Not even the legals.
Do you live by yourself? How far did you go in school? High school? Did you graduate? All right, so what's your dream job?
Well, I'm kind of already doing it. I'm a carpenter.
Okay.
So just pushing on to becoming a lead man and then hopefully a foreman one day.
Okay. So what do you need to do to become a lead man?
Well, take responsibility for all actions and just take responsibility of your own team. Take it all on your back, and anything anybody else does, it's on you. So
All right, and what do you need to do to become a carpenter, a licensed carpenter? Everybody says they're a carpenter.
it's a competence and OSHA rules type thing. So it's got to be book wise, I'd say.
Okay.
And lots of experience.
That too.
Okay. I mean, because I'm a carpenter. I put some photos up on the wall. Makes me a carpenter.
No, we actually get up on skyscrapers and.
I will tell you, I've built some homes with Habitat for Humanity, and you'd be shocked. At least my experience, the engineers can't measure.
Sometimes it happens. I'm sorry.
So that's why I always tell people I've done the drywall, I've done the tape and float, all of that. It's a great experience to have. All right, this is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication. $1,000 fine, that'll be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider with minors. We're going to do random UAs. Could everyone please move? You're blocking probation from hearing me. Raymond, did you move a little bit out of line of sight with probation? Okay. There's going to be regular random UAs, tests for levels. Those levels need to start going down. You're not allowed to use marijuana or any drugs or even drink alcohol while you're on probation. That's what the legislature has decided. Do you understand? There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. If you obtain a trade school certificate or obtain your license in carpentry, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. If you don't want to do that, they'll have you picking up trash on the side of the road because that's what community service is. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to be in the heat, that's completely up to you. If you want to be in the cold, that's completely up to you. But if you want to better yourself, you can get a trade school certificate or whatever in carpentry or whatever you want to do with your life. You understand? There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And I'm going to do 120 sober meetings in 120 days. There'll be a TAP evaluation out of custody. And probation, if the levels go up, then we'll follow the TAP evaluation recommendations. If they're going down, we'll just continue with the sober support meetings.
Judge, I do want to bring up any kind of travel restriction. He does work frequently in other cities, counties, even states at times. It just depends. So
They'll have to approach probation.
just let them know in advance.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, state any objection to recalling the warrant? All right, the court will recall the warrant. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful in this probation?
No, Judge.
Well, no, you're not doing the probation. You need something. He needs to answer that question unless I always tell people, you can't answer those questions for people unless you're planning on doing TDC time for them. If you are, then you can answer those.
I was willing to go in for him today.
Yeah, no, he wasn't, because he knew I wasn't going to put him in jail. That was just.
Hey, it
no.
wouldn't be the first time,
No.
Judge.
So he didn't even bring a toothbrush. So anyway, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, probation, is there anything else he needs? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In this court, to be successful at probation, communication is key. If you find yourself having issues and you can't stop using, let probation know. That's not a 100% saying you're going to go to prison or anything, but the goal of probation is rehabilitation. So if there's something you need to let them know. If you feel as though they're not addressing your issue, you can always come back to court. So you know what that means? Don't come back to me on a motion to revoke and say, I reached out to probation, they wouldn't help me. Because you know what I'm going to ask you? Did you come to court and ask me? You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. The warrants being recalled. All right, thank you. Yes. Oh, the phone is here? Okay, we're gonna make it happen. Just give me 1 second. All right, just give me a second. 1 second. All right, so we have students here, is that correct? Who are the students? Raise your hand. All right, everyone turn around. Those are students, attorneys. Let them know what you do. Let them know how great this profession is and how they should sign up to do this. And also for the students, we have a shortage of court reporters. You know, I always tell people, I don't brag, I have 3 degrees. And guess what? The court reporter makes more money than I do. So court reporting, and they do great work. So court reporting, they make about $10,000 a month. And that does not include if they have to do transcripts. How much do y'all get paid a page?
It depends if they're indigent or not.
Okay, let's say they're indigent.
$5.50.
All right, they get $5.50 per page. So if that's something you're interested in, there is a photo outside with a QR code, and you can just scan that in your phone. So you don't necessarily have to be an attorney if you don't want to be an attorney, but the court reporter takes down everything that everyone is saying. Gets a little difficult because sometimes attorneys come up here and whisper, or their clients will whisper. These are the deputies. They're in charge of the safety of the court. Attorneys always get in the well and block their view of the inmates. I've already warned them. If something happens, the deputies will run over them. The inmates are in the box. Here's the thing about inmates. They are attired in different clothing to signify what level or classifications they are at the jail. Men wear orange, ladies wear blue. The men in orange and the ladies in blue, that's general population. If they're wearing red, that's admin segregation. That's usually for people who are gang members or other issues. Women who are in yellow or yellow and white stripes, that means that they're pregnant. When you see people who are wearing tan, that means that they're trustees at the jail. Everyone wants to be a trustee because what trustee status mean is for every day you're in jail, you get credit for 3 days. Normally, people in general population, every day they're in jail, they get credit for 2 days. I'm not in charge of them getting 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. That's the sheriff's office. Nobody wants to go to jail. Don't get caught up with your friends, because let me explain something to you. If you're in a car with a friend and there are drugs in the car, I guarantee you everybody's getting charged for drugs. So you need to know who you're riding with. If you decide to get a job at a department store, that friends and family discount or that family discount, it is only for family. If you give it to a friend, that's called theft. If you have a friend who comes in who wants you to charge them something less, guess what? That is not your friend. And if you pick up a theft case, that's called a crime of moral turpitude. And that means any job that you want to seek that requires a license, you're going to have difficulty getting. Does everyone understand? And on the back here is probation. Probation, if you raise your hand. When I read out conditions for people and they're placed on probation, the probation officers are in charge of writing up those conditions. They are the people who will go out and see them. Does everybody understand? Any questions? All right, so I'm only going to see you guys here just to see how court is going. I'm not going to see any of you in any uniforms. Is that correct? No orange, no red, no yellow, nothing. And as a side note, ladies, when I was in high school, my teacher, Mr. Reed, used to always tell us, ladies, don't get caught up with a joker. What does that mean? If somebody's not going somewhere, if they're not on the journey that you're on, if they're not rooting for you, and it goes for the guys too. If the person you've chosen to hang your star to is not rooting for you, they're not going anywhere, you're going to have to cut them loose. And I know people say, love, we're in love. All right. Here's the thing about that. Don't go ruining your life for somebody that you have not even known longer than you've been alive. And if you have good parents, which I know you probably do, when your parent tells you something, it's because they've already been on the road that you're traveling. And if you believe your parents love you, when they set down rules, they're not setting those down just to be mean to you. It's because they love you. And you guys are always welcome here anytime. All right. Kevin Wright.
President.
All right, Mr. Wright. The state has filed a dismissal for a missing witness. What that means is they're saying their witness is not present. That's why they can't go forward on your case. If their witness were present, they would be going forward. So I don't know much about your case, but what I do know is that witness, don't have any contact with them. Don't come back here. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, I know you have a slew of things to do, but I did turn in my paperwork. I have to be in Gillespie County at 2:30.
Just wait for them to do it.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. The phone.
Yes, Judge.
All right. The phone is here. In the words of the A-team, I love when a plan comes together. What's the plan?
So straight to the point, the detective for this case is coming. He's on his way over here to pick up the phone,
Awesome.
sign off on it, take a test CPD and perform the phone extraction. I think that'll be easier.
Right. So here's the thing. Can he come here, get the phone, plug it in, and you all can look at the text messages?
We can, but as you go back, depending on how many text messages they're in, it might take several minutes or
All right,
even a couple
let's
hours.
just see where we are with that.
Hundreds, thousands, you never know, but
They're not thousands.
regardless, yeah.
So let's see that. So he'll be here and let's see if we can straighten this out today.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
We're still gonna do that. Plus, Judge, I think the court needs to know that my brother has been watching live online and he's highly interested in the court reporting
Awesome.
that's been going on, especially with the, $250,000 salary.
Yes. Oh, take a
Pretty
photo
awesome.
of do the QR code scan.
Yeah, QR codes.
All right, Deputy Laura, do you mind if we step outside for a moment?
Jenna Davila, Your Honor.
All right, Jenna Davila. All right, Jason, this is Miss Davila with the medical appointments. Hello. All right, so Miss Davila, I can tell you the state, your counsel and I are understanding to medical appointments, but you need to make sure you provide the documentation to your attorney, okay?
Yes.
All right,
That's wrong.
so is there any objection to recalling this in February?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection to bring this back to February?
Not from defense, Your Honor. Thank
All right,
you.
Norma, can you put this for February 20? I can do the 24th, 25th, or 27th.
We'll do the 24th, Judge. Sure, we can make that work. Or,
right.
is that okay with you?
Yes. All right, we're gonna come back on February 24th, and if there's a medical issue, you just need to give documentation to your attorney. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any questions about anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
And then I have this as well, Judge, just a DSC from the state. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, John Jacob Galvan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Court is calling 2024 CR 007734, State of Texas versus John Jacob Galvan. Can I have parties announce?
Jason Garahan for the state, Your Honor.
Efrain Torres for Mr. John Jacob Goodwin.
And are you Mr. Galvan?
Yes, I am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Galvan, did you review the application for deferred adjudication, community
Yes.
supervision with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
Yes,
Your Honor.
him.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Galvan, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition, 200 hours of community service restitution, the parenting course, ignition interlock for half the term, and 2-year license suspension. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, state exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
All right. Is there any objection to giving the defendant GPS as opposed to the 10 days?
Judge, we'd
Not
actually,
understand, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Judge, we'd actually like to do the 10 days.
Okay. All right, that'll start today.
Correct. Yes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Galvin, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, Mr. Galvan has taken responsibility and he just has to follow the plea bargain. And that is all you.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. Are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I am a catering manager for a barbecue company,
All right, which company might this be?
Garcia Barbecue.
And is the barbecue any good?
Oh, I do the cooking. I cook it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete parenting, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Ignition interlock for half the term. 2-year driver's license suspension. I'm going to ask for the DWI education course and the victim impact panel live. 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition. Probation, how long would it take to do a TAP evaluation in custody? I'm sorry?
Next week.
Next week? All right, we can then do the TAP evaluation in custody. And 120 sober meetings in 120 days. When's the last time you had alcohol?
Since the incident.
Okay. And field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this courtroom, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. You understand?
Yes. I do.
And I take it, I do not need to tell you that when people drive intoxicated, and when I say this, my statistics professor will be upset with me for saying it, but just based upon what I've seen, usually the person who comes away from an accident untouched is the driver. Everybody else ends up getting injuries. And you know that's something that your daughter is always going to remember. So if you can't maintain your sobriety for yourself, you need to maintain it for her. And the way you were on the road driving intoxicated, that could have been anyone else. Maybe they would have hit your daughter in the vehicle. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. Okay. Thank you. All right. Norma? If nobody's ready with a plea, we're taking our lunch break. All right, so we're taking our break. Yes. What case is this?
This is on Casanova.
All right. Where's Casanova? Can you put the file on Casanova? Is Casanova on the docket today?
Should be.
All right, Casanova, yes.
Do you need the, well, this is on here, but we just wanted to see, we're both ready, Judge, on this case. Logistics though, we're trying to get a release social line up. Would we be starting today?
We're gonna start with jury selection today.
Well, I mean testimony, that's what I meant.
No.
It would be tomorrow then.
Yes,
And tomorrow afternoon or morning?
tomorrow afternoon.
So 1:30. So how about this is ready tomorrow by 1:30?
Okay.
Over, that works. Thank you.
Good
shot.
All right, court is taking its lunch break. One thirty. See everybody back at 1:30. And Deputy Laura, we'll go over the docket.
I'm sorry.